for the strawberry rhubarb.
Do you see how they tell us to put the wheels on right there? To roll the switches together. See, this is engaged. You see, when you're learning to follow directions in your school, it's not just nonsense. Reading the directions and learning how to do the problems they tell you are actually preparing you for big things.
Oh, I bet. So you can just go taller and look and see.
Maybe.
Was this a fun arts and crafts project, boys? So it says that each one of the shelves can hold up to 11 pounds. So that would be like a large sack of flour. 6. So what is 6? 6 times, yep, 66 pounds. This thing can hold up to 66 pounds. Today's project is hopefully finishing up the painting in the kitchen. I've also been organizing, and I can't believe how much more space there is in this kitchen versus my previous kitchen. This week our kitchen shelving brackets came from Amazon. So as you can see, the kitchen is very messy right now, and I'm hoping that the shelving that we're about to put up is going to help with that and get some of the things off the counters. So first of all, I think I better vacuum off these walls. They're very, very dusty, and we have sheetrock dust on them from the ceiling project. It's a huge kitchen. There's just not a lot of storage space yet.
And the cups, do you guys want to keep the cups on these cards? Or do you want them at a shelf?
The metal one.
Both the stoves that came with the house had issues with them. They're gas stoves, and they turned out not to be safe to use. So we have been without a stove for 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks I haven't been able to heat up all those casseroles that I made. It's been super frustrating because that means I've been having to figure something else out for everybody to eat, which is something I had really tried hard to avoid that happening by making all those casseroles. I thought I would escape that problem, but I ended up having to deal with that anyways. So I'm super grateful to have this little stove. It's just a little air fry toaster oven. My mother's been trying to talk me into getting one of these for a long time. We got the biggest one we could find. I've heard that these are really handy to have through the summer because they don't heat the entire house up. I'm hoping that's the case. This tool cart for the kitchen. Eventually my husband can build cabinets, custom cabinets, but it's going to be a while before he has time to do that. So for the time in between, I bought this cart, and I figured that when he builds my custom cabinets, he can have these tool carts, and I'm thinking I will get a couple more possibly. So I went to find my curtains and realized I could find one of each, but not the other. So all of the curtains, I have 4 of them. There were pairs, and they were not all packed together. So I have mismatched curtains going up here for now. It's starting to feel a little bit more like home all the time. I ordered this faucet off of Amazon, and my husband just installed it over the weekend. It's funny how we get used to using certain things. This faucet, this style of faucet, this industrial design, is my favorite faucet, the best faucet I have ever used, and I really enjoy it. I love how simple it makes the job. It was one of the first things that I ordered when we bought this home. So I've thought about replacing the sink, but this sink could not be more perfect for a large family. It's got 3 sections. As much as I would love one of those trendy farmhouse sinks, I'm thinking I just don't need it. I mean, what could be better than this thing? Look at it, it's huge. So I think in this case, practicality is going to definitely win. For now, I have all of my jars underneath the table. I think they look pretty there. I don't think the water looks great there, but I don't have another place for it at this time. We still need to get the water tested here. So until then, and until we know the water is good, we're going to be drinking the water from the store as usual. And it doesn't look bad. Just kind of tacky, I suppose. So underneath this table, I may put some curtains. This table was an exciting find. I found it online for $40. It is used, but it works perfect for the island. Eventually, my husband is going to build me a large island for the middle here, for the middle of the kitchen. but that could be 2 or 3 years down the road. So for now, this is gonna work just fine. We still have our dining room table, of course, and it's gonna go over here where the dining room is gonna be. It's messy, so I'm not gonna show it to you right now. Over here in this cute little corner, I've got my chopping area. I have so many drawers compared to the other kitchen, or so much more drawer space, which that's messy. But I'm really enjoying all of the extra space. My daughter organized all of our teas into this drawer here. Got my pictures and my stoneware down here. And something kind of neat I like about this kitchen, they're not on like official rollers, but these are slide out. They're wooden slide outs. So it's a little rough to pull, but gosh, it's nicer than anything I've ever had before. I don't know how long we'll be roughing it, but we're trying to wait another month until the stoves all go on sale, because they will be going on sale in July. I love that there's an actual spot for our water container over here now. It always felt misplaced in the other home. Here's the stove I showed you guys in the first home tour video. Please excuse the construction ladders next to the stove. We are still in the reconstruction or remodeling phase. I guess you would call it more of finishing up stage. So we're done using the stove for the year, I think. We had a whole bunch of cold nights in a row, but I think we're through the cold spell. It's been just a super cold spring, but it's warming up, and I don't think we're gonna need the stove again until fall. So I've got it all dolled up with produce right now, and I think I'm just gonna keep putting produce on it through the remainder of the summer, because it just looks so stinking cute, doesn't it? Hubby got all my pen racks up, or most of them. We have one more to put up. These cards, they are so handy, you guys. I just love having them. They've really been helpful through this move. I love having more places for all my mason jars, and here's our cute little microwave that I showed you guys a couple of videos ago. Our toaster oven has been so handy. Eventually I am going to reorganize all of this, and it will look a lot better. I will get something different for all the spices. Hopefully something a little more fluid looking. I did find these jars at the Goodwill the other day. A set of 4. I'll be using those for herbs and spices. And my cast iron is all going to go behind the stove once I get one. But here's one of the 2 racks that we bought. I love that I have a place for my cast iron now that feels just right. I have more pots and pans up here on the pan rack that came with the home though. This cart that I got off of Amazon, it bought me so much storage space. I have so much space to spare too. Look at this. It came with these pads to keep things from sliding all over the place. This one has it too. All of them do. These pads were pre-cut. Over here I have most of our pots and pans.
food dehydrator, guys. We're gonna make all kinds of goodies. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm going to say this is a lot bigger than I realized it was. I read some reviews and this is supposed to be a pretty good one. I hope it is. These are extra trays. This dehydrator is expandable up to 30 trays, so I bought 20. It came with a few and then I added more so that I would have 20. Take some of these out of the box and
Yes, I'm gonna open.
they'll fit.
Let me open one. Let me open one. I'm gonna open one.
Does it
Look,
fit?
this is our present.
This dehydrator is really big.
Okay, fine. Then I'll go in the dirty.
Here are all of the extra trays that I've got. These boxes are add 2 trays. This came with a few trays, but then I added more. You guys can see how big this thing is with me standing next to it now. These trays are very, very big. This is going to be really nice. I used to have a food dehydrator when we lived in the Midwest, but our home was very, very small and I did not have storage space for it, so we would store it out in a shed and it got ruined. So I'm excited to have a food dehydrator again, especially one this nice and this big, because the one I had before was only probably about like this big. Yeah, it only had I think 8 trays, or maybe I think it just had 8 trays. And so this one is going to be great. This is going to definitely meet our family's needs and I'm hoping it works well. So we will store these trays in our cellar for now. Who would like to take the trays to the cellar? You guys, I have a ton of oregano. I probably am going to need those trays now that I think of it, because I have a huge amount of oregano to dry. I can't wait to dry it. I probably am going to dry it at the lowest temperature. I might not even need any heat at all, just as long as the leaves are separated. So I was putting it away and realized it also comes with these mesh screens. I think I have to order extra of these for the extra trays if I want more.